Okay, so here we are,
Hey,
and
everybody.
we're gonna go live to Facebook now.
Facebook.
But
Here we come. Yeah.
before we go, let's just thank you for tuning into our YouTube and be sure to subscribe. Not only listen
Yes,
to us here because we give you both before and after bonuses, but be sure to subscribe and tell your friends.
absolutely. We'd like to grow this thing and make it a collective,
Absolutely.
shifting the consciousness of the world.
Yep, it's happening.
Can't do it without the people. We need the people.
That's right. That's
Yep.
right. So, okay, as I'm logging into Facebook, we
So
are
good.
going to talk about what was the title of this one again?
So I can't get no satisfaction.
Oh, that's right.
After this weekend, after Valentine's Day, I thought maybe we should touch on some things that we were feeling. I think are we streaming yet?
Nope, we're not.
Okay.
But again, my computer is being slow now too.
If you want the extras, you have to subscribe to YouTube.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
so
right.
I'm just like, should I jump in or should I wait?
Well, and again, we do things at the end. Oh, but I don't have my cards on me, so I might have to pull one of these.
Well, there you go. That's pretty meant to be.
Yeah, I guess so.
We have various decks to pull from.
We'll have, yeah.
And we're working on our own, which is super
oh my gosh.
exciting.
Yeah, that is, yeah, this is truly groundbreaking new set of cards that the Real Ones are coming out with that are really
new
real.
Downloads, real, new downloads. Yeah.
Wow, my computer's slow today. What is going on?
I was having that problem too when I was logging in. So didn't they say Mercury went into retrograde? Or
it did.
It
went in. It went in.
I thought so. Yeah, so that makes a lot of sense. Okay. Although we're not going to make that, manifest into anything. It's just when we need the excuse, it's there, right?
That's right. That's right. Can't get no satisfaction.
Yeah, let me check Facebook. So it didn't. I actually didn't see the message. Right?
It's still not going.
That's so funny.
All right.
Where are our Real Ones?
Okay. I just hit the go live. So we are live now on
Hey, everybody
Facebook.
on Facebook. Hopefully you're joining us. We're so happy to be here today.
Absolutely. It's Monday.
Jenna is sending us some love.
February 17th.
Hey, let's give a shout out to Jenna.
Yes.
Morris.
Yes.
She's amazing. She's also in my other group, and she's just one of our biggest cheerleaders. And she gets the prize for sharing our meditations most often. So she purchased the meditations. They're $23.45, $95, something like that. On our website, therealones.com, we've got guided meditations that are downloaded for you, and they are channeled and have subliminal messages, and they're going to change your subconscious beliefs, and they're amazing. And she has shared them and paid to share them. We charge $11.11 if you want to share them with your friends. I don't know, 4 or 5 times, like amazing.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you, Jenna, so much. Truly, you are our biggest fan, and we love you so much. And
help us to keep going.
And seriously, Jenna, you're changing the world because you're sharing from your heart to your friends and your family, and that that's what this is all about. Is we want people to be, sharing our information and helping them improve their lives, because that's what we're here to do, right? Yeah. We all want to be happy. We all want to be healthy and live to our fullest.
We want to thrive. Exactly.
And those meditations can really, really help. So
just brings you to the next level. And we have more to come, more exciting things to come.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Exactly. Well, let's talk about this weekend, because it was a little bit of a crazy weekend with the energy.
You sound like you're in a zoo right now.
I know. The birds outside are going crazy.
What would we call that? She's live from the bird sanctuary.
From the aviary. I don't know. I'm seriously surrounded by hundreds of wild birds.
To be part of the show. That's all.
That's right.
So the reason why I named it that is because Valentine's Day is my anniversary. So it was my 27th wedding anniversary. And my father-in-law is staying with us. So we celebrated last weekend because our daughters were going to be around, and they both have boyfriends. So we didn't want to have them watching Poppy while we were. And plus, we don't usually go out for Valentine's because it's always just overpriced, and the prefix menus and all the pressure. So we usually actually stay home and have a romantic evening. Although with Poppy here. That's a little
table for three.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, okay, Poppy, we're having filet mignon tonight. He was so excited. So my husband ended up having to work on Valentine's Day, which is very rare. We usually go away. Like we have the whole weekend together and it's usually really special. And here it is a Friday and I'm just like with my father-in-law all day. And I had no plans. That was part of the problem is like I was going to take him to lunch and he wasn't hungry. And so we ended up like watching this stupid movie, A Dog's Purpose. Did not like that movie. So I'm just like getting like deeper and darker and I can just feel myself going down. I'm thinking about chocolate. I'm thinking about wine. I haven't drank in, this is the most I haven't drank in like 16 years since I was pregnant.
Wow.
Today's 47, day 47.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So I'm really excited about that. But the call is still there sometimes, you know, I'm doing really well with it and I'm really happy just being really clear and a lot of things have changed for me. My vibe is definitely higher. I don't have the mental anguish of should I drink or shouldn't I drink? And so I was feeling like really down and then you and I talked, you were feeling
right.
this.
Oh yeah. I was feeling
it was like this collective energy.
Yeah.
People, like my daughter called me crying. Like there was a lot of things. My teenager who was with her boyfriend, she was super down. I didn't know what was going on with her. So there was something in the air.
Yeah, well, and that's what we were talking about before we jumped on live. Goldyn and I were talking about just this collective consciousness around holidays, especially ones that have these predetermined, how you're supposed to feel or what the hallmark message is.
The hallmarks have decided.
And I'm telling you, it takes us down because everybody sees what it's supposed to look like, you know, which is being with a partner, romantic flowers and dinner.
Or what it was in the past for yourself, you know?
Right. Yeah. And then, you know, and then you start scrolling through Facebook. That was my downfall. I somehow got into the Facebook vortex and sat on my couch for like 3 hours. Like, what am I doing? Just reading everybody's amazing life they're having and they're with their boyfriend or their lover or their whatever. And I'm just like, oh, great. You know, wonderful. Happy Valentine's Day.
Here I am. Me and the birds.
I am. Yeah. Me and the birds and my sweet little puppy dog. But anyway, it just, and I wasn't resentful, but I just was like, I couldn't stop. It was heavy and it just kept me sucked in. And so finally I broke away and I went down to the beach and that's when I called you. I'm just like, I don't know what's going on, but something is happening. And you're like, oh my God, me too. So, yeah. And it's, even though we're like, we know better to not have those thoughts or to not feel that way. Like you just got to feel it when you're in it somehow.
You do. Yeah. And I don't know, like maybe we're even helping the collective process it. I'm not sure. Yeah. There was no running away from it. And there was no, you know, dumbing it down with food or alcohol. It was just being with it and finally just kind of surrendering.
Yeah.
Like this is what this is this year. And that's okay. You know, we're in service right now and it's beautiful and it's wonderful. And I do, there's parts of it that I really love. So we had a great night and we watched, you know, Netflix and chilled.
Yeah.
It was great. And my husband's freaking amazing. Like he's just so loving and so kind. And he knew I was struggling. And so he went out and got me chocolate covered strawberries. And I'm not going to say that fixed everything, but it was amazing. He was just very kind and sweet. And that was what I needed. I just needed to feel some sort of like connection with him. So
absolutely. Right. And for me, I went down to the beach and did my yoga and, you know, got in the water, which I mean, it always shifts everything for me.
Nature's huge.
Nature is so big. And then I just, and then I just laid on the, you know, on the sand and just, you know, allowed the sun to just fill me up and just, oh my gosh, it was amazing. So that really helped.
Even if you're in a winter climate, I think it's really important to get outside and to like feel the air and breathe it in and look around. I mean, winter, there's a lot of beauty in winter. I used to do a lot of walking in the winter and it's really, nature is one of those things like that I think we take for granted and we forget it's there for us. But if we just get outside, it'll change our state. My husband was telling me yesterday, we have a bike. We have a couple of bikes that we like never use. And he's like, yeah, just get on the bike and just go around the neighborhood twice. Like it'll totally change your state. If you're feeling sleepy, if you're feeling down, it's like, it just kind of like gives you that freedom, that feeling of freedom. So I thought that was pretty cool and really smart advice because sometimes I need to get out of the house.
Yeah.
Gotta
Yeah,
get
it's a good
away
idea.
from
Gotta get
everything.
it. Right. Well, and that's it. Changing your state. I mean, that is just such a huge, I mean, no matter what, you know, if you're feeling this heaviness or angst or sadness or like a state you don't want to be in, then change it, you know, stand up, put your shoulders back, you know, go outside, like change what you're, you know, get off the couch. Stop
or if you're
scrolling.
like exactly. And if you're on the computer and things are not working and you're getting aggravated or frustrated or anything you're trying to do, if you get frustrated, walk away from it, because when you come back, you're going to, you know, you're going to have a cleaner slate and you're going to be able to get more information because you're not so frustrated.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because once that frustration chain starts, it like just kind
it
of
blocks your channel.
Well, right. Because then you just get caught up in the loop of the frustration. And so you just bring more frustration to that. So
vibrating with the problem.
That's right.
Right.
So you got to stand up and step away. And I'm just going to do it. So I'm working on a kind of a secret project, and I'm working with some connections in China, which is very exciting, but holy cow, I'm at that frustration point because, you know, it's just not quite working. So I had to step away, and yet I feel this pressure, like, oh, I got to get it done. I got to get it done. But it feels so good to have just stepped away, not looked at emails for the last 3 or 4 days. And
it's
I'm going to jump back in.
And also, like, when we're trying to make it happen and we're in that desperate energy, it's like we don't know what the universe is lining up for us.
Yes.
When we take that step back, it allows that space and allows those things to come in to co-create with us. So I think that's really, I just did that with my book because I was editing my book and I was getting really frustrated because that was the day I got really overwhelmed because I didn't have time and I had to be in service, and it was like, but I want to do my project and I want to get my project done. And it was like, not right now.
Right. Right.
So I let it go, and guess what? It got done. But I needed to let go of it at that point.
Right. Well, right. And then the momentum steers you back to it when it's time, and then it flows so much better. So it's really just taking the cues, right? I mean, cues are coming to us.
The energy.
Yeah. Paying attention to the energy and just allowing to be in the flow of that and not trying to make something happen, trying to, you know, it's almost like, I imagine like, it's like choking the energy to like, oh, I got to get this done. And it's like, nope, that's not going to help. Not only is it not going to help, but it's going to just,
you're not going to have a great finished product when you do it from that energy. And it's too bad because a lot of people live in this life of deadlines and pressure. And it's like, if you can just take a step back. In fact, it was interesting. There was this girl actually who sent me a message. She's in my other group, and she was saying how she had this deadline and she was so freaking out about it and she didn't have time to meditate and she was just all angsty. And it's like, if you just took those like even 5 minutes to like consciously breathe, you're going to get the downloads that are going to actually stop time. They literally stop time and then help you to create faster because you're not in that angsty energy. So it's always worth meditating. People that say, I don't have time to meditate, Abraham always says, saying you don't have time to meditate is like saying you don't have time to look for your keys to drive to work.
Yeah.
It's like, you're not going anywhere. You know,
you're not going anywhere. Yeah. Not only it's like, getting in your car without the keys and like, just like
trying to go somewhere
and you can't even turn on your engine. But if you meditate, then suddenly, boom, it's like, oh, I have the keys and it just
get easier. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Sure. That's a good one.
So one of the things I thought about, like, can't get no satisfaction, is just I wanted to talk a little bit about the mind and the mind's habit to always look for problems and always to look for reasons to feel dissatisfied. And I feel like I run this way. I'm not a negative person by any means, but in the past I've noticed like I can complain a lot and I can get caught in the problem a lot. And you and I, sometimes we've got to talk things through to kind of vent them out. And, you know, there's this idea with positive thinking, like I can never go anywhere that's not positive. Like I've got to keep myself really positive all the time and I can't focus on any problems. And it's like, it's the mind's job to do that. So we're in this position now where we're like working in mind training, but we're also accepting and validating the feelings that we have. It's like Lisa and I think people look at us and they go, oh my God, they live in these tropical places and, you know, they have money and they're doing really well and they're best friends. And, you know, you could look at us and say they have these perfect lives. And yet we still have these feelings of angst and dissatisfaction. And we're still working within the scope of the human perspective.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
So I think I'm just saying that, I think, so you guys all know that we're all in the same boat.
Yeah.
And, you know, Lisa and I have been through a lot of crap to get where we are today. And we still have things that come up, and we're still managing family and, you know, our human issues or challenges. So mind training, I think, is the number one thing, and validating the feelings you have that are coming up underneath, so that we
right.
can
Because to me, if you don't just accept the moment of now and just keep trying to push, like, no, I'm going to be happy, even though, you know, like I just ripped my foot open and it's bleeding all over the place, and no, I'm all happy, it's all good. No, like, you gotta like let it out, like, you know, feel the feelings. And that's the thing, it's the energy that's moving through you. So if you try to tamp that down and just stuff it inside, that's to me where you then, over the years, it's going to start to really, you know, cause you some problems.
True. And it gets stuck. And part of the reason is we always, you know, we often go to like, I shouldn't feel this way.
Mm-hmm,
you know, I should feel gratitude. I'll say things like, I know I'm being a jerk right now. Like, I know that, you know.
Yeah, let me be a jerk for 5 minutes, okay? I just need to be a jerk. I just need to
jerk it out.
Yeah. Exactly. Right.
So it's validating where you are and not beating yourself up for it, so that you can process the energy.
Right. And the sooner that you allow it to just feel it and let it out, the sooner you're able to get back into that higher vibration of gratitude, and, you know, and to see that, oh, wow, this, you know, it might have shifted where the direction that I was going to go. You know, it's like you said, don't just sit there on the computer and keep banging away if it's not working. Like, step up, get away, let the energy flow and move elsewhere. And then when you come back, it's like this clean slate, rather than just being, you know, trying to keep hammering through this wall of you know, I don't know, resistance
of what's not working. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So the other thing that we were talking about this morning was about being happy.
Oh, yeah.
And realizing that, you know, for most people, the reason why they're not manifesting things is because they're not happy where they are. They're in resistance to where they are. You know, I think we have this ideal that, you know, when I have all this money, I'll be happy, or when I have the partner, I'll be happy. And the reality is that none of that is energetic alignment. When you're feeling the lack of your situation,
Mm-hmm.
you're always in dissonance to the resonance, right? Like you're holding yourself apart from it, because you're not feeling what it would actually feel like to be in relationship. I have this new hairdresser, and she was telling me a story about her new boyfriend. And it was funny because I saw her 2 weeks ago, and she was like, well, I'm not in relationship with anyone right now, and I'm not looking, and I'm just, you know, I'm just kind of being okay. She was going through some program. So she's like, I'm just trying to be okay and release all these things. And then like, she texted me the other day, and she's like, I can feel it in my body. Like, it's happening. And then boom, this guy just comes out of nowhere that she knew for a long time. And they had Valentine's Day together, and she just texted me last night. She's like, I've never felt this way before. And she literally felt it coming, which I thought was so cool. She was like,
oh my gosh,
longer in the lack of it.
Right? My body is chilling. That's amazing.
Yeah. So I think it's so cool when I can watch people do that, like over the course of 2 weeks, like from meeting her and her saying, I've got nobody on the table right now, to like, boom, it happened. And I felt it before it happened. Like, I know something's happening, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. And anyone listening, or everyone listening that doesn't have a partner right now, is like, what program is she doing? It's not, you know, it's not about doing a program. No.
This is what I think, because I know who she's doing the program with, and whatever. This is the thing. She had a belief that she couldn't manifest someone until this program was over, and the program just ended.
See, so there you go. She was holding herself out
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And really, the program is really just about, you know, going within, falling in love with yourself, being okay with being alone right now, and knowing that it's coming, like not setting yourself apart from it. Like, when is he going to come? I wish he was coming. Like you talk about scanning all the time, right?
Right. Exactly.
So it's just releasing the need to do that, and trusting that you're in perfect alignment with it when the perfection of it is coming.
That's right. Absolutely. Yeah. I love it. And it's so interesting you say that, because I spent, Friday evening for 2 hours with Matt Kahn, and then Saturday, I think it was 11 to 5 o'clock. And his whole thing, Saturday morning, was all about the subconscious programmings that we have, that I can't be happy until I have, and then blank. You know, I can't be fulfilled until I have blank. And
basically it's married, have a house, have children,
right.
job. Like that's our society.
Money. Did you say money? Yeah. Because so many people, it's like, I can't be happy until I have money. But, and so it was as simple as identifying what it is, like really sit with that. Like what do you think is keeping you from your happiness? Because again, you have to identify it in order to release it and to feel it.
Yeah.
Right. And then once you've identified it, then he basically just said, okay, I acknowledge this and I release it. I let it go. I mean, it's that simple. It's just acknowledging it.
The thoughts that come up that keep you apart from it. So that's the mind training part. That people like, I don't know if there's a lot of teaching going on about.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I feel like his was almost too simple because it was like, okay, now just let it go. And I'm like,
your mind is not going to let it go. You've got habits of thought there. You've got like 60,000 thoughts a day that are just, got these neural loops that are going to try to pull you back in.
That's right. That's right.
And so, until you change the beliefs around them, you're going to be, somewhat victimized to those habits of thought until you make a firm decision and say, I'm not going to think that way anymore. And then, like interrupting habits of thought, you can still get sucked in.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And then you still, you still have things to process if you're really in it. Yeah.
For sure. That's for sure.
So mind training is a big part of it, I think.
Yeah. Mind training and really tapping into that subconscious, belief. Cause it's not just, I'll be happy when, but it's everything below that, that we've been programmed.
The interesting thing about subconscious beliefs, like if you listen to Abraham, they will say your subconscious beliefs don't have a lot of power over you because you're conducting from your thoughts and belief systems. The subconscious thing, I don't know. It's interesting to me because it's like, how could you create from something that you're not aware of? I don't think it's subconscious beliefs. I think it's shit underneath that you haven't healed. That's what I think. Like this whole idea of subconscious, like it makes you like, oh, I don't know if there's something underneath that's screwing up my whole life. Like that feels powerless to me.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe we need to blow the lid off of subconscious beliefs.
Yeah, we should. It's
more about programming. It's more about the programming that's going on that you're aware of, for crying out loud.
Well, right. Well, that's it.
You're aware of them, right?
That's exactly right. Because then again, it's like, it's like you're helpless, right? If it's just all those subconscious beliefs, like, well, I can't do anything about it. It's my subconscious belief and I can't get rid of it because I don't know how to get into it.
Well, yeah. And the idea that if you, just say affirmations every day that you'll change your subconscious beliefs. It's like, if you don't feel it, nothing is energetically happening.
It's all it's about going into the emotions and letting those go.
We're about digging down deep and not just dealing on this framework of there's a lot of things happening inside of you that you can't help.
Yeah.
No.
Exactly. Well, which brings me to, I want to talk about our retreat because we just put it up on the website because we know there's a lot of people out there that want to come to the retreat. I mean, we've been getting inboxed, we've been getting questions, but yet there's this resistance, right? It's like, again, here, this is a perfect example of people resisting what their desire is calling them for.
And believing that it's possible. Like looking at your financial situation being like, oh, hell no, there's no way I can do that. It blocks all the blessings that could flow.
Exactly. So we have created, what is it called? Say yes to the universe.
Say yes to the universe.
So it's, if you go to our website, and I'll put a link in, although I can't, I don't know, maybe I can do it now. I was all set to do it now. And I'm like, I don't know if I can do it now. But yeah, it's a $77 payment to say yes to the universe. All you have to do is go on, pay $77 and then let the universe show you the way. But if you just sit in resistance of like, oh no, I can't do that, or I don't see how it's going to happen, or I don't have the money to do that, or blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
If you want to do it, put down your deposit.
$77.
And it's a refundable deposit. Like we're not going to be so cutthroat that we're going to be like, you're going to lose this money and we're trying to take your money. No. We're here to support you in love and in faith that you are able to do this. So this $77 will hold your spot. And we haven't really discussed like how much further we need to go with this, like when the cutoffs need to be. We'll figure that out because we just got excited about this idea.
Yeah, exactly. And again, we're creating from our highest excitement, and we just came up with this idea of like, oh my gosh, what can we do to have people say yes to the universe so that we can show you
forward. You've got to take that forward, because if you're just sitting there in your mind thinking about all the reasons why you can't go,
you'll convince yourself. Yeah. So it's exciting. I've got chills as I think about it. And again, we only have 16 spots, so it's not like there's an unlimited. Oh, you're right. We only have 15.
We only have 15 spots.
So it's this is the time. Like if you have any desire, if you feel that pull in your heart, just go and plop down $77 and then look at the magic. I mean, that's the exciting thing is I can't wait to see. I'm so looking forward to seeing the magic that happens for people
that come in. And the $77 is going to get you some things. Like we're going to be doing some free things. We're actually going to do a guided meditation that is only going to be available for the people who say yes to the universe and give us $77 to hold their spot. And then we're going to do a guided meditation for you guys that's going to get you into the feeling place of being in Hawaii. That's going to help you to manifest it.
Yeah. So it's like we're going to be blazing that trail, so that visually you can imagine. And then it just, again, it's like,
and I'm sure there's going
to be
other offers as well. We're just working from inspiration. So we may do a call, we may do more guided meditations. I'm not really sure what that looks like yet, but I know that there's going to be more wonderful things that we'll be able to offer as we feel inspired to.
Exactly. I'm going to see if I can put it in here right now. Oh, there we go.
$77 to say yes to the universe, to coming to a retreat that is going to be so epically life-changing. Like we can't even really put it into words.
Yeah.
But the work that we're doing in our group coaching program that is part of the inspiration to this retreat is like, it's earth-shattering.
Oh my gosh. Again, I'm practically vibrating off this couch right now, just thinking about the people in our group and the changes and shifts that are happening for them. And I mean, we did this thing around money, this energy, or this,
I had so many things that came to me from the money frequency training that we did that are still like changing my life. Like,
oh, absolutely. And I mean, like $100 bill showed up, like somebody won a scooter. Like it's like these things just kept happening, it's just like, oh my gosh, it's just, and that's what's so exciting and fun is it's not predictable. It's not, I went to work, I got a paycheck at the end of the week and then I started over again. Like, no, these are like,
inviting in the miraculous.
It's so fun and so exciting. And so anyway, it's just.
And it's where life is created from. So it's like, if you're in this humdrum and you're just doing the same thing all the time and you're just surviving to pay your bills, you're not inviting in the excitement and passion of life that actually creates abundance, that actually creates possibilities. The true definition of abundance is just having what you need to have when you need to have it. That's the true definition of abundance. Just being able to do whatever the hell you want because you're being blessed by your faith and your trust that all things are working out for you. And that whatever it is that calls to your heart is absolutely your destiny to have that created, co-created.
Yeah. Those desires are your little roadmap of what's coming and what's available to you. But most people then are like, oh no, I can't have that. Or I'm too busy. I can't. It's like, stop limiting the ideas. They're there. They're there for a reason. That keeps us drawing forward, keeps us
and saying yes to the universe is like the biggest thing. I was thinking this morning, this popped into my head. And it was so interesting because I haven't thought about this in a long time. When we were back in Connecticut, there was a woman on Facebook that I was friends with, and she had this program that she was launching, and she gave me this free, the free call. And then she launched the program, and it was way more money than I had at that point. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to manifest it. I think it was like $1,200 or something. This is when we were going through our stuff too. So like $1,200 was like, you don't take that out of the situation. Right. So I'm like, that's it. I'm going to manifest it. And I manifested it right to the dime. And how it ended up happening was I got an idea to launch the Badass program. And so everyone knew me as the Badass. Like, I don't know how this happened because like it's not, but what I decided, and this actually happened to me this weekend. This is so funny that this is all coming up. I decided that everything that was bothering me, I was just going to go do it. Like I had these weeds outside of my bedroom that had been bothering me for months, and it took me 10 minutes to like,
right.
I'm just going to be a badass, and I'm going to go do everything that is on my mind that's making me feel like I'm, you know, like they call it the irritation list, like your irritation list.
Right.
So I got this idea to launch this program, and I made exactly $1,200 by launching this online program.
Wow.
And I got known to be a badass because of that. So this weekend I did that. I had all these things on my irritation list, and I just went through, like I cleaned out my closet. I cleaned the refrigerator. Like I did all these things. My husband's like, what is happening? I'm like, all these things have been irritating me for so long, and I'm just going to get them done today. And now it's like, I've got, you know, the feng shui is happening. Everything is clean and I feel really good. And so like, what are those things on your irritation list? Because the irritation list is actually taking away from your joy, because every time you look at it, like we had these stains on the top of our carpet in our hallway. Drives me nuts because it makes me mad at my kids because they spilled something and they didn't clean it up. Like 10 minutes to scrub those out. Now, every time I walk up my stairs, I'm like, it's clean.
Right.
You know?
Oh my God. That
like,
is so
what's
good.
on your irritation list? Get it off your irritation list. So where are you limiting yourself in your life where it was like, I'm going to manifest this? We had a woman in our group coaching that said, how much do I need? She wants to bring her husband. She's like, what can we do together? Because we gave her the early bird pricing because she's committing. She's like, I'm doing this. What's the exact amount I need to manifest? Like, to me, that's like the universe goes, oh, hell yes. She's serious. She decided.
Yeah.
So
I love it.
Yes, the universe, $77. And then let's just watch and see what happens, because it's going to happen.
Absolutely. Oh my God. It reminds me of this time. It was right after my husband died and my house got hit by lightning, and it blew out my stovetop, my oven, my microwave, like all the electrical appliances.
This has happened to us. Yeah. That's
crazy.
In
my house. And I was just like, oh my God, like this is going to be so much money, you know? And I also, at the same time, I just had LASIK eye surgery. Like, I forget exactly the timing of it all, but it was like the best money I ever spent. And I wanted to give that to my brother because he also wore glasses. And so I was like, oh my God, I want to give him that, but all of my appliances just blew out. And so what to do, right?
Yeah.
And so I decided to go ahead and just gift my brother the money because, and I forget, it was like 4,000. This was, act in fear not act in fear. And I just was like, okay, and whatever it's going to cost me. But I did call my husband's former boss because he worked at GE. And I said, is there any way I could still get the friends and family discount for the GE appliances? And he's like, well, sure. What things are you looking at? And so I gave him, he's like, give me the model numbers or whatever. And I said, okay, these are what I'm looking at. And so I literally, like 3 days later, came home, and there in my driveway was, it makes me want to cry.
Oh my God.
The cooktop, the oven, and the microwave, and a note just saying,
wow,
this is for you, you know? And it was the exact amount that paid for my brother's eye surgery. Yeah. So I was not out anything. My generosity and again, it's not
acting in faith too,
right?
Like there's if you're not constricted, you're
exactly
from abundance, and then that abundance always comes back to you.
And again, and not to test, it wasn't like I was testing the universe or anything. It was just like, okay, this is what it's going to cost. And, you know, I'm just going to do it, but maybe I can get a little discount by calling my my late husband's boss. And then not only was it the discount, but
that's amazing.
Wow, I know
that story.
And $4,000, like, good Lord, that's, what a blessing. What a blessing.
Yeah. So we believe in you guys. And if you want to come, say yes to the universe.
$77. And hey, just, well, I don't want to say test, but just see, like, it's amazing. But you got to go into it with the right mindset, right?
You do. And that's the other
which we're going to help you with.
Yeah. We're going to be sharing that. And I don't know if we're going to be doing it on here. We'll probably be doing most of that stuff on YouTube because we do want subscribers.
Yes.
And we want to offer our YouTube subscribers something special. You can also subscribe on our website because we do send out newsletters every once in a while, and we've got some special things we're going to do for people that subscribe to our website, therealonez.com.
Yeah, ONEZ.com, The Real Ones. Awesome. Yeah, well, that's going to wrap it up for Facebook. Yeah. But again, join us on YouTube because we're going to do some extra stuff there.
Yeah, we're going to YouTube right now.
All right. Adios.
Peace.
All right. We just finished up our Facebook Live.
Woo! Back to our YouTube family.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I get so emotional, but it just,
I love
it's like,
that, though.
it's so like amazing when it just flows, you know, and you're not in your head about it. I think that's part of it. I know for me, you know, like you talk about, like Mike, your husband, who is just, he's so zen, and it just, although I know he said he thinks about it for months before he says anything to you. So I don't know how zen that is, but he just appears so zen.
He does. He does. He's really mastered his vibration.
Yes.
You know, people still mess with him. He definitely still gets messed with, especially when it comes to money and big sums of money. He can get a little messy with that, but he just, I don't know. He knows how to work it. He really.
Whereas I feel like you and I are kind of like these little, like, oh my God, oh, this way, that way, oh, you know, even though we're getting way, way better at it, it's just like I'm always on the search for, oh, Matt Kahn's coming. I'm going to Matt Kahn. Oh, who else is coming? Oh, you know, Abraham Hicks. I want to go see, what are they doing? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh my God, just calm down.
Yeah. All
just
right.
center. Let's just breathe. Like, it's so funny.
Yeah.
All the different ways that people find, you know, looking for the enlightenment. Meanwhile, it's just live each moment as it comes up.
Let's just be present and aware and joyful about what is right now.
That's right. That's right. That's really the key.
Really
do you want me to pull one of these cards? I was just talking about
what cards are all about, and
so these are
those cards about.
These are the Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kahn. I got them this weekend when I attended his event, which I have to say got mixed reactions by several people, by me included. The first night was amazing. And then the next morning, people were like, yeah, that was good. And then by the afternoon, we're like, what's happening? He's talking all about himself, and we have no idea where this is going. And maybe we were all just a little overdone. Maybe it
was too long. That's what I'm sensing.
I think it was.
Like Abraham's 3 hours, and man, is it enough?
Because
I think there's so much information, and there's only so much you can take. We're finding that in our group coaching program.
Oh, like, for sure.
It's almost like we're giving too much information, and we had to back off a little bit. We actually had to take a week off because it was so intense. Yeah. It does. And it just, I love that. That's exactly what it was. The first 2 hours that Matt did on Friday night, phenomenal, like so just so beautiful. That's important for us to remember, I think. It is. And then, you know, so I think, and so God bless him, right? I mean, he backed off in the afternoon. We couldn't have done it. He might have blown our circuits, frankly, if he had continued the high vibe level that he was at. So thank you, Matt. There's no, I mean, again, I'm not judging at all. I'm just noticing that, you know, it was, but people got, wow, they got a little freaked out. I think, you know what, I think it's too, it's like, it's important to recognize that people need time to process, that they need time to, and that's going to be a really important piece of our retreat, is giving people that time to, what are you laughing at? I'm laughing at the card I just pulled. It's so perfect. It's exactly what, rewiring the nervous system. I love it. Oh my God, that is so cool. Yeah, well, and it takes time, and it takes intention, and it takes awareness, and we can't rush this stuff, you know? Yeah, exactly. And then it's, I don't know, the back says, I find strength in surviving my traumas. I don't know. What's that? No, I know that doesn't resonate with me either. So anyway. Okay, but let's change that, because let's change that. Strength in my gifts. The experiences I have lived. Exactly. I even want to stop calling them traumas. Well, yeah, that's what I mean. I don't like the traumas, but I like the idea of rewiring my nervous system. Yeah, just let it go. As those feelings come up, let it go. The energy moves through, and there is no trauma. Like the trauma is released as you're just allowing it to be. Keep living that. No. Like, these things are only living dormant in our cells and coming up in our experiences because we're not taking the time to acknowledge our feelings. Exactly. Just to feel them and let them pass through us. Because that's what we are. We're just these energetic bodies that are allowing this trauma. I don't even like to say that word, but experiences just to move through us. And the more that we can there's something that's coming up for me, and it was something that actually one of the posts that we read today from Daniel Scranton, who's one of my favorite channelers, about, you know, just stopping the process of dumbing ourselves down with alcohol and drugs and food and Facebook and, you know, social media, and trying to distract ourselves from our feelings. It's like when we really come in touch with that stuff and we stop numbing ourselves with these outside things, we're going to raise our vibration.
Yes. Oh,
and
my
that's
God.
what we're doing. That's
what I love. It's so funny because I hadn't even realized it's been 3 years since I stopped drinking. So it was all of 2017, all of 18, and all of 19. And I did have one glass of champagne just this last November for my birthday. And I'm telling you, it was such a bad experience. And the reason I did it, one, it was half price. So it was like supposedly like, you know, $38 for a glass of champagne. And I got it for whatever that is, $17.50 or something. So yeah, it was a deal. Like I had to get a deal, like what? But wow, after I drank it, it was like I could see myself, and I was just like, oh my God, I don't like the feeling. I don't like how I feel. It was like total dumbed down vibration of just, and then the next day, for the entire day, I had a headache, and just like my whole body felt poisoned, which is what it is. And again, I'm not here to like berate people about drinking, whatever. People can do whatever they want.
That's not our intention in this conversation, because you do have to be at a certain level to even, because there is so much social programming around alcohol. You do have to be like, I worked on my relationship with alcohol for 3 years. I've been doing this with you. I mean, and that, before that, I've had a lot of questions because of alcoholism in my family or whatever. But when you start to raise your vibration, alcohol is going to affect you differently.
It does. And that's what I found. Like, again, because I was at this, and I don't want to compare it like this higher level. It's not about being at a higher level. It's just about all of a sudden, I'm so sensitive in my body that when I would drink alcohol, I could feel the negative effects tremendously.
Out of control, like the first couple of sips, like all of a sudden I'm like kind of losing my grasp.
Totally, like, that's what it is. That's what it felt like too.
When moment almost.
Like I would feel like this loss of like, oh my God, I'm no longer functioning fully in my body, you know. And it is, and that's what alcohol is, right? It's like getting away, trying to escape from what the present moment is. So again, no judgment. I love all my friends who drink.
Taking me a long time to get here, and to be like 47 days, you know, without free. And there's a group on Facebook that we love. It's called 1 Year No Beer. Oh my God, it's been there in the background for me for 3 years, and I'm just watching people and the way they process. And it's really, I think, uncovering the truth about alcohol, because we have so many programmings about it being fun and all the different things.
And you're missing out if you're not doing it and all of that. And it's been
really Kick
powerful.
the Drink Easily by Jason Vale is one of my favorite books that has literally changed my belief systems about it. Oh, and I just got a new one today. It's called We Are the Lucky Ones. Hold on, let me just get it because it's right here. It's The Surprising Magic of a Sober Life.
Oh my gosh, I want to see that. I want to
send that to you because I'm excited to read it, because I'm like, we've got to find more adventure and joy in not being part of the social programming that says we have to go out and sit in a bar or go dancing.
Exactly.
And, you know, because Hawaii is different than California.
Yeah.
California people are definitely really immersed in alcohol, and
it's amazing. Hawaii, almost all of my friends are non-drinkers, and it's just such a delight.
Like, the level of vibration that you're at. So.
I love it so much.
But if you're not there yet, it's cool.
No, exactly. This is not a lecture. This is not a lecture about drinking or anything. It's just a path that I've found myself on as I've been continuing to do the spiritual work that has just opened up, and it was like, oh wow, this is a whole other area that I've never even, explored. And then the more I let go of it, the more I'm like, oh my God, I love it. I love being.
It's good to cast a light on it,
Yeah. And again, it's not about being an alcoholic or there's no negativity around it. It's just a alcohol-free lifestyle change. It's a lifestyle change. It's not about you're bad because you drink or anything like that.
No, and I haven't committed to giving it up forever either.
Right.
I just know that I feel really good without it right now. And
that's so cool. Wow. Well, I didn't know we were going to go down that road, but I love it.
I have so much to say today.
I know, right? Okay. And I've got to get going because my landlords are fixing my bathroom. And so I need to I need to give them access.
We're going to send
I know it's going to be done quickly and easily.
Angels. Can we send in Jesus?
Yeah. Let's bring Jesus in. Let him work through the hands of my landlord. So it's so beautiful. But anyway, all right.
Love you guys.
YouTube, we love you.